May Day. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, workers commemorate May Day worldwide as polarization of NLC leadership dampens workers' May Day participation in Nigeria. Tension in Areko community as oil pipeline vandals and OPC vigilante clash. One person dies and 4 others are wounded. The Platform, an initiative of Covenant Christian Center, preaches a change of attitude to take Nigeria to the next level. 1,000 European Union citizens missing in Nepal days after a 7.8 magnitude earthquake wreaks havoc in the country.
And on Business News tonight, financial markets across the country close to observe the International Labour Day holiday.
While on sports news, Nigeria's Warri Wolves advanced to the final qualifying round of the CAF Confederations Cup.
Again, a happy May Day to our viewers around the world. May Day is used to commemorate the struggle of the working class to gain fair and reasonable working hours compared to the 10 to 16-hour work schedule considered as unsafe. The origin of this struggle could be traced to the United States, but today the wage of the average worker, his welfare, and the general conviction of work are issues usually played up on May Day. And in the nation's federal capital territory, Abuja, the polarized leadership of the union used the day to ask the incoming administration to address the 18,000 minimum wage, a stop to casual employment, and the general welfare of the Nigerian worker.
Workers from different fields and professions assembled at the Eagle Square to mark this year's Workers' Day. This event has its roots in history when workers fought for an 8-hour working day in Chicago in 1886. Since then, workers across the globe have used the day to direct the attention of government and employers of labor to their plights. Just as it was in the past, Nigerian workers have also used the opportunity of this year's celebration to demand for increased wages and better welfare.
We shall formally table a request for a new national minimum wage for the consideration of the tripartite social partners as soon as the incoming government is sworn in. This has become pertinent given the current economic realities and for us to be able to fight corruption headlong.
We also anticipate that the incoming administration of Major General Muhammadu Buhari will, as a matter of priority, set in motion necessary machineries for overall review of wages payable to the civil service to motivate the workers therein to give their very best towards efficient oiling of the wheels of nation building.
Apart from issues of wages, the union leaders also called on government and employers of labor to stop casualization of workers.
We at the NLC recognizes the transformation that have taken place around the world of work, and where rigidity have given way for flexibility. However, we do not think casualization can be an option, and therefore, as a campaign, we are going to wage war against casualization and outsourcing of services.
While they commended the government for its effort to improve the welfare of workers in the past 6 years, the workers say the incoming government must pay attention to the issues raised. Meanwhile, the Minister of Labour and Productivity assured the workers of government's continued determination to improve on their welfare.
Let us use today to further reflect on our collective commitment to national development and rebirth. The attainment of our national vision will not be possible without the dedication, commitment, and work and patriotism of Nigerian workers. It is our joint responsibility collectively.
The Nigerian Labour Congress has since inception been in the forefront of the May Day celebration in Nigeria. This year, the ongoing leadership crisis in the Nigerian Labour Congress, however, made the faction led by Comrade Joe Ajaero to boycott this gathering in solidarity with their factional leader in Lagos.
Back here in Lagos, thousands of workers converged on the Onikon Stadium to commemorate May Day, while seeking support for the incoming administration to consolidate on his achievements. Governor Babatunde Fashola challenged workers on the need to change their strategies to enhance productivity. Our correspondent Kelvin Obeton reports.
40 organized labor unions and 25 trade associations in Lagos State are represented as they file out before the state governor, who takes the salute. The occasion is without the usual long speeches from union leaders, with lists of demands expected to be addressed by government. Top among them are increase in minimum wage, reduction in pump price of petrol, staff casualization, and privatization.
We urge the federal government to direct the relevant agencies of government to immediately adjust the prices of petroleum products, as it will ameliorate the suffering of the Nigerian masses. We have also put government on notice that following the devaluation of Naira, we are going to demand for wage increase to cushion the effect on the workers. We appeal to Lagos State government to fulfill religiously the agreement reached with Labour on the 3 years upward review of workers' salaries.
In what seems to be a valedictory speech, Governor Babatunde Fashola appeals to workers not to allow their personal interest to affect productivity.
Let no one be in doubt that I believe in the best wage and the best working conditions for the Nigerian worker. But whatever we get will be a function of what we produce. We cannot share, we cannot harvest without planting and without producing.
Workers believe they have played a significant role in the events that led to the emergence of a new political scenario, and the dividends must not elude them. Kelvin Obete, Channels Television News.
As workers in the country join their counterparts nationwide to mark this May Day, we take a look at the life of an average civil servant. Our correspondent Chris Ilems chats with the retired management staff of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria in this next report.
Well, May the 1st is commonly recognized as International Day. Now, this is a day that depicts the struggle of an average worker against challenges at workplaces. Well, today we visit a civil servant, well, though retired, for a one-on-one on what life is in service.
Mr. Aloma Nwope retired from the services of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria in 2012 after 35 years in service. He left as a management staff and now he shares with us life and challenges of an average civil servant.
When you get into it, you begin to savor it. You begin to appreciate what you are doing. But along the line, for every civil servant, by the time you start making your family, you will now realize that certain things are missing. And what is that thing that is missing? It is taking good care of your family. And that is what the civil servants don't enjoy. And that is what makes people do certain things they shouldn't do.
He also discusses the issue of housing.
There are certain things that were missing and which I do not think that working with the civil service even now can produce such things, since it did not do that in the past. And that is making sure that if a man is working with the government, you are a civil servant, before you get to the age of retirement, you would have owned your own house. To be sincere with you, nobody can afford an abode with the salary he gets from the civil servant. Even if you are the director, a civil servant mentions the salary he receives to somebody outside, they may not believe. They'll be wondering how you survive.
As the fear of uncertainties continue to trail the average Nigerian worker, government must do much more to keep its workforce better motivated. Chris Ilems, Channels Television News.
In part two, after the break, a Covenant Christian Center holds a platform in Abuja. Vice President-elect says incoming government will tackle poverty, power, and ensure respect for rule of law. That's in a moment. Please join us again.